Okay. I'm trying a couple of different channels all at once. Let's see what's going on. How's everybody doing? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, it may be super slow because it's projecting in two places. I wonder if that's a good idea or not. I don't know. 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 It may be too much demand on my computer. Let me see if I can quit some other things. Quit that. Quit that. Quit that. I think everything's done. And we'll just see what's going on. If it sucks, well then, live in the now. Enjoy. Okay. We're going to go ahead and get started. Well, good gosh almighty. How about that? Okay. It's checking my connection, folks. I promise I've got a connection, an internet connection. Gesso, man. Gesso is hard stuff to open. Okay, there we go. What's going on? Who's here with me? Someone's here with me. I got some folks with me. This is such a weird apparatus. I've got 3 streams going on right now. I feel like I'm looking at a chorus of myself. Like this is like one of those mirrors that you get at a fun house or something. If you're watching my video, will you click into it and let me know how the audio quality is, if the video is smooth or not, or if it's skipping. Even if you don't stick around, just let me know, because if one of these streams needs to die, then I want to know so I can go ahead and kill it. Hello, welcome. I'm Shanzi, and what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to have fun with 2-point perspective. Last class on Tuesday, I went ahead and taught folks like you how to draw 2-point perspective. And so tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have some fun. I'm going to play around. I thought about what I might draw tonight for us. I actually got the idea during Tuesday night's class. I thought it would be kind of fun. I didn't practice this, so this is going to be kind of live art. We're going to see the artistic process. What I'm currently doing is I'm taking black gesso and I'm painting it to this page to add some negative tone. I think it's going to give some cool effects. I like to have tone behind my drawing. I think it just does something special that white paper just, not to say white paper is bad, but I think that white paper, since it's so hot, you know, if we think about the Kelvin scale, and I know that a lot of the times I've talked about it, since it's so hot, it's hard to, you know, understand where you are in the value spectrum. So if you're doing colors, if you're doing, you know, black and gray or black and white, you know, whatever, if you start white, it's kind of, you know, But then the other cool thing is, and I'm sure some of y'all saw the most recent lily pad, you know, portrait that I posted on Facebook. You know, that was done on black gesso. So what happens with color on black is because, you know, white reflects all the colors. That's kind of how white does. And so when color bounces off of a black surface where there's more contrast, it's almost as if though more of those pure light waves are coming directly into your eye. So plus, you know, any color that bleeds through, or any black that bleeds through, tends to lend a graphic element to the overall illustration. I don't know, it's just kind of, it's kind of like a secret. It's a secret weapon. You know, I think that there was an era in art called the 1970s, where people like to do like black velvet painting. You get a lot of the same stuff, you know. I mean, I've actually never done a black velvet painting. I've never painted on velvet. I own, I don't know, a big old roll of blue velvet because at one point, me and another person I knew were going to do a reupholstery project, and we wound up with this like additional surplus of this stuff. So, you know, anyway, I'm adding some black gesso down. If you're watching from home, you know, I don't expect you to be able to do this because you don't have black gesso, or if you do, well, then come on, join along. We're just going to play a little bit. The other thing you might notice that's up here is I've got an extra sheet of newsprint over here. And what that's doing for me is, you know, today I'm working on a vertical orientation. Last class, I worked on a horizontal. So in the art parlance, you know, vernacular, kind of learning what to say, parlez-vous, je parle un petit arsois. This is portrait orientation, so up and down, and horizontal is landscape. And it's just because, you know, that's tend to be what you see in terms of the rectangular orientation. You know, the art surface is often a rectangle, not always. Sometimes it's a circle or a triangle, different shapes. But more often than not, you're going to see art on a rectangular shape. You know, if you have one of those Instagrams or an iPad or, you know, something like that, chances are most of your artistic media is consumed on a rectangular surface. Now, this is water-based. If I was doing an oil-based painting, I would definitely not be letting this stuff get on my hand. But this stuff is like, it's essentially acrylic paint with less, not quite acrylic properties, but, you know, I can go run my hand under a faucet and I'll have clean hands again. So that's what I like about it. But as you can see, you know, depending on which angle you're watching this from, you can see the wet side and you can see the dry, and it'll dry pretty quickly. I mean, I think I'm into this video 7.5 minutes so far, and it's still, you know, most of it's dry. Oh man. So if anybody asks you, hey man, what'd you get into tonight? You can be like, or woman, or zer, whatever you, however you identify, I don't care. Hey person, you, what'd you get into tonight? Well, I literally watched paint dry. That's what we've come to in 2020. I sat there and I watched a man paint a piece of paper black. And then I watched it dry. So I've been using this Blick Black Gesso. That's kind of fun to say. Blick Black Gesso. 3 blind mice. See how they paint? I don't know, for a couple of years. Some of my most favorite pieces have been on black. I'll be right back. I'm going to just wash this brush off real quick. I should add a cup of water as a tool for success, but it doesn't matter because this is Thursday. It is Thursday, my dudes, and that's freestyle night. So whatever happens, happens. How would y'all feel if I did this thing, like, and I called it like, yo, what's up, what's up? I'm gonna get a little wave there at you. How would y'all feel if I did like a drunken draw, something like that? Like, that sounds like kind of a fun idea, you know, where I get drunk and then y'all watch me draw. Ha, quarantine. No, I don't think I'll get that turn tough, but I might get a little turn. But what is a sideways turn? I guess that's still a turn. I'll get that. Okay, so I do have some tour success for tonight. Tonight, I'm going to be using a white watercolor pen. I've got a whole set of oil pastels still out from last night's drawing. I'll show you how I've left them. I'm a little embarrassed, but see, when you're doing creative stuff, sometimes you just got to grab the color and just, whatever's at hand. And you're like, yeah, heck yeah, I'm gonna put that down. So I got that out. I got a whole box of colored pencils over there. It's kind of fun. Shavings cup. I got pencil sharpener. That's pretty good. I'm not really going to use my eraser tonight. If I get into a spot where I do, I'll actually use gesso and just cover it up like that. Fart effect is not necessary. Now, later on, when I get into the oil pastel part, I'm going to use one of these bad boys. This is a latex glove because oil pastels, you see, I just rinsed my hands for a second. I had black gesso all over these things. And I got most of it off in pretty much the first go around. So I'm going to let this kind of dry a little bit. A couple of announcements. I have been selling a lot of masks for those of you who have bought them. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I'm working on getting my accounting done. And then everything that happens that I'm able to get from the sale of those masks, I'm going to be making the donations to the Texas Schools Hotspot Fund. You don't necessarily have to buy a mask to support the Texas Schools Hotspot Fund. I've posted a GoFundMe. You can also look up the Texas Schools Hotspot Fund through GoFundMe. Or you can just send me a DM and I'll message you the details if you don't want a mask, but you still want to support. 10% of kids aren't in school right now, and that's stinky. Other announcements: I'm working on a website, trying to get a website out. That way, I can really kind of have a more sense of professionalism toward all this, but also have more of a centralized location. If anybody needs to get a hold of me, and it's not through social media, there's a domain presence, and it's just it's all an experimentation. So we'll just see how it goes. And then let's see. I have one more announcement. Well, it'll come to me through time. So anyway, this looks like it's mostly dry. I got a wet spot over here. That'll be dry in my next section. So I've got a little piece of newsprint out here. What this is going to do for me is this is going to allow me to set a point beyond just the page. If I kept my 2 points on the page, well, I can do that. That's fine. But it's going to limit how high up and down I'm going to be able to go, because I'll start to get into some real extreme angles. And yeah, that might be cool looking, but it's not really the effect that I'm going for tonight. So I went ahead and I actually have another board behind here, so I've got a rigid surface. I don't have, I've got this piece of newsprint taped behind it. So if I were to pick up this sheet of paper, the newsprint actually comes with it. I don't know if you're seeing both of them move at the same time. I do that on purpose. One, because, I don't want this piece of paper to come off too much. But two, what I want to be able to do is have something hard that I can lay this thing against. In terms of, that's good enough. In terms of, being able to draw a line and plant my ruler, which I just had. I just had my 18-inch ruler. Where did it go? Is it behind here? I got my 12-inch right over there. Well, shucky darn, slap dang, here it is. Oh, how's everybody doing? If you're out there in internet land, let me know how everything's going. I hope everyone's having a good day. It's another day in quarantine, so that means we're all another day closer to being out of this thing. We don't know. Man, this thing's going to eat me alive. Where'd my ruler go? I'm going to need it. Oh, well. All right. Improv. Yeah, we don't know how long this thing is going to last. And it seems like it's going to be a good long while. See, this is what's cool. So see, I hope you can see this at home. Yes. Oh, yay. It's going to be like a chalk drawing. And this is fun because I'm using white on this black. So I'm able to get more of that contrast thing happening. Boop. Just like that. And I think what I'm going to do is probably should have painted this thing black gesso first because there's a little spot that hasn't dried. But that's okay. I'm going to bring this out here just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I used to do a President Obama impression like that. You know, it's all in how you say things. It's the cadence, the rhythm, and every once in a while, the emphasis. So, all right, I've got my 2 points here. What I'm going to attempt to draw is, I want to draw like a, maybe I'm aging myself, right? Maybe I'm like really old and you're going to catch on to how old I am, and that's fine. But my idea is I kind of want to draw like one of those old screensavers where you have like the pipe floating around, and man, I literally just had this ruler. I must have like picked it up and set it down somewhere in a brain fart, and now I can't find it. And this is just so embarrassing. It's terribly unprofessional. That's okay. Dang. And you know what? I can't like, hey Siri this thing. Good girl, Siri. You're a good one. Okay. All right. Well, shame on me. I thought I was prepared. I really did. Okay. So I'm going to just go ahead and say, forget it. We'll start anyway. I'm going to just take a line up here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, here we go. I hope that this idea comes off. I really do. If it doesn't, I'll be sad. Not really. See, that's the fun thing about art, guys, is that, you know, art is a constant exploratory, exploratory process. You know, you've got to be willing to make a mistake. And, you know, I've made lots of mistakes in my life. You know, that's kind of part of being a human being, is that, you know, you get your first ride through this little trip that we're on, and then that's it. Oh yeah, you know what? You know, and then that's it. You don't really get another chance. Just one. And so every once in a while you do something stupid like this. Ah, yeah, there we go. Oh man, yeah, this is gonna be fun. I don't like this. Yeah, every so often you do something stupid, and then, you know, I think for some people it gets really easy to hold on to those ideas, and it's like it's easier to beat yourself up when you make a mistake, and like really keep beating yourself up for a while. Like that's like an easier thing to do than to like forgive yourself and, you know, let go of it. You know, I think maybe there's a self-destructive side to being human where you want to feel bad about yourself for some reason. And, maybe this is just coronavirus talking. I don't know. But, it's just like every once in a while you think about decisions that you've made in your life and how things could have gone different. What could you have done? What could you have said? When could you have made decisions to do things? And, that's just kind of the breaks. I think that this is like, obviously it's advice that I'm telling myself. But, I hope that if you're out there and you're holding on to something. I don't even know who I'm talking to because I haven't looked at the camera in a good long while. But, just that you're, loving on yourself. Don't be too mean. Because you can get real mean if you want. I think that's one of my biggest heartaches. It's all the time that I was mean to myself. Wish that I hadn't been. It's like, well, what do you do? Oh, well, that pause due to poor connection. Oh well, whoever's sticking with me is sticking with me. So cool. What's up, yo? What's up, homie? Homie baloney, whoever you are. The one that is you. Maybe it's just me. I'm just watching myself and having like a deep philosophical conversation with me. I think that's all right. I don't mind. The one thing that I think about sometimes is like YouTube licenses and like music licenses. Like, how do you play certain songs? Can you even play certain songs? Like, I'd love to have some music on in the background, but I also don't want like the algorithms to delist me. It's like, well, how do I do that? I guess I could have like earphones in, but I don't think that I'm like as talented or skilled to do that. I think that would be really difficult. Oh, yeah, okay. Solving the world's problems right here. This is so weird. I don't even know. I don't know what this is even going to look like. If this turns out to be a disaster, well, then that's all right. I can kind of start to work out what I have in mind. Well, okay. Still a little wet right there. Is anybody listening to any good music? I'd love some music recommendations. Oh, yeah. I listen to a lot of music when I make art. I used to like to watch TV and movies and stuff, but then it just got to be like the older I got, the less I was able to concentrate on that kind of stuff. And so it just became too distracting. Like I just wanted to like watch. And most of y'all who are watching this, you know me. Like we know each other privately outside of Let's Draw Together or drunk drawing or whatever I might call this part, because I don't know. The interesting thing about doing this experiment is trying to figure out like, how do I offer entertainment? Like, what am I really trying to do? What problem am I trying to solve? At first I wanted this to be about like helping people stay sane during coronavirus. Then I realized like, I'm not helping people. Like I'm really being selfish. I'm helping myself. Now, obviously I would love it if what I'm saying and doing, like if someone's hearing this right now and this is like what they need to hear, like, hell yeah, I'll keep doing this, because it really is a joy to me. I've really enjoyed having to stretch my artistic muscle again, get creative. The thing about teaching, for those of y'all who have ever taught, teaching's a pretty abstract concept. I mean, you've got to be able to take information from your brain and put it into somebody else's brain so that they get it. And, I teach kids how to do jujitsu, and that doesn't always happen. Let's see, that's getting real busy in here. I wonder if I can, let's see what I'm even doing. Do I like that? I kind of do, yeah. But do I want it to go back here? I think I want it to go back down here, actually. Trying to create the illusion of depth here. Ah. Oh, come on. Instagram didn't like me. That's okay. Okay. Let's see. I don't like that. I need a tool for success. What up, JT? How you doing, homie? I'm glad you're here tonight. How's my audio sound, JT? You doing all right? Hope so. Yes, now. Let me tell you about JT Goff. JT Goff is one of the funniest people I've ever known in my life. I've known a lot of funny people. I remember one time when we were kids, JT and I would skateboard together. But he'd come over to my dad's house where I was staying, and we would play Grand Theft Auto. We play a lot of Grand Theft Auto, and we would drive around shooting people and robbing people and just causing mayhem. You know, when I was going through that part of my life, you know, I really just I needed the joviality and lightheartedness of somebody like you, JT. You're a good man. I understand you're a pretty dang good dad too. My dad talks to me about you every once in a while. He pays you some compliments. He's got a lot of admiration for you. He thinks you're a good guy. I don't even know if you're hearing this. I hope you are. If not, that's okay. Means you clocked out of the video. You big jerk. No, I'm kidding. All right, so here's a little secret. I made that come down in the back. I'm gonna make this part bigger. Yeah. I don't know why that's doing that. It's annoying. Done Instagram. Where are my people? Let my people go. When Cameron was in Egypt land, let my Cameron go. Okay, let's see. There we go. And I'm gonna keep bringing that forward. I'm gonna bring that forward right here. Just make that thicker. Ooh. I think I lost all my viewers. All right, that's all right. Oops. I don't know if I like that. You know, this is an interesting project. I don't think I would ever make art that looks like this. This is kind of fun. This is like kind of trippy. Would I do that there? Would I do that there? This is like way tricky. Huh. Too bad for Instagram. This shit's gonna be cool. Stuff. Whoops. Do 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 do. Well, I don't know why that's doing that. Maybe it just needs to be quit. Start over. I've got a connection. I know I do. Because you guys are on it. At least I hope you are. Or you're on your own connection. Yeah. I don't know how I'm going to do that. That's interesting. Okay, good. Wow. What an interesting piece of art. I think I like that up higher, though. I want that up higher. I want that here. Yeah. Cool. That pretty much sums up what I think I wanted to do. I think that's about like that. We'll see. Dang, it's too long. Oh well, just boop. Eyeball it. All right, so here we are with this idea. There we go. That's kind of fun. I like that. Man. Oh, I'm tired already. I'm so TURD tired, I could FART faint. Mm-hmm. I can't believe that all this was done in 2-point. That's kind of cool. I don't know what I'm going to do with that down there. I don't know how I'm going to end it. I don't know what I want it to end like. Huh. Okay. Well, there's no time like the present. Here's what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to add stripes to this little tube. Don't worry, I do not wear this to the grocery store. I do not. What color should I use? What color should I use? I like orange. Got a warm color. Let me do a cool color. Orange and blue. Okay. I'm going to do orange and blue. Let's see how I do it. Do I want to wrap these stripes? Probably might want to wrap these stripes actually. How's that working for me? Oh, I hope it looks good. I'm kind of going all in with this. It's looking like tattoo rope. Hope that stays okay. Oh, excuse me. Full disclosure, I'm having a Pilsner this evening. I like the lighter beers, you know, say what you will about them. I like that I can have a few of them and still feel okay to drive. That was a joke, folks. Please don't, actually, you know what, leave a comment because that'd be exciting if I got like a real comment, like, hey, instead of just like Russian bot stuff. No, I don't drink and drive. I like living too much. I think I still have too much to do. Plus, I think I would definitely go to HE double hockey sticks if I took anybody out with me. Or worse, like if I did that and I took somebody out, but I lived. Golly, man, talk about a awful way to have to live. Oh. That's right. Oop. I forgot I did this shape like this. I don't know what I'm doing here, so I'm just gonna whoop, circle. That's a penis. No, it's not. All right. And now we do the fill. I hope this turns out. If it doesn't turn out, then it doesn't turn out. And then I'll have learned this lesson. Oops. Got a little excited there about that edge. You know, I do like working with oil pastels. I don't think that this color is very good. I think that this one's kind of thin. The lighter colors from last night, man, those really sang. I don't know what I was on, but I was on the right artistic spirit. You know, I was in the right place at the right time, the right person. The spirit of art moved through me, the muse. Now, I don't know how art works. I don't know how, like, some people communicate with the spirit of art, some people don't. It's not like we have a conversation. It's just we become a vehicle for creativity. Maybe we're just open to it. I don't know. I think the older I get, the more I feel like I'm a spaz. Maybe I just didn't ever know any better. I was a spaz, or maybe I was just in denial, or maybe I've just become a spaz because of quarantine. I haven't been able to get like my normal outlets out. Man, I miss fighting. Oh, I want to fight people. I want to fight with somebody. I want to strangle them. I want to fight with somebody. That'd be here. So this would be a shape here. That worked out kind of nice. Look at that. Yay. Oh, yay. My little goof got covered. Oh, a double happy accident. Okay. Now, a better illusion would have had these get smaller. I wasn't being as careful as I needed to be. See, look, like I got orange stuff all over my fingers. If I didn't have one of these things. Yeah, you know what, Cody? I'm glad you, yeah, man. Doing all right, brother. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're drilling. I hope you're training. I want to fight you when I get to Fort Worth sometime, once all this is over. Um, you know, that's an interesting conversation piece. Costuming in dimension. Now, for me, you know, human beings aren't necessarily that big unless you're talking about force perspective. Is that what you might be meaning there, Cody? Is that you mean force perspective? If I don't get an answer from you, I'll shoot you a message, but that's kind of maybe what I'm thinking that you're meaning. And it's like you're creating a plastic reality when you do force perspective. It's like the eye doesn't really see like that. So it becomes a challenge. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, clothes are they're tough. Fabric is kind of like a liquid, you know. It's constantly moving, wrapping the shape of the object that it's over. For the most part, you know, stiffer clothes have harder lines when you draw them. Looser clothes have softer lines. I think that would go there. So this has got to be color. Boy, man. I don't know what I was thinking doing all these stripes. Should have just done like 2 big stripes and been like, okay, I'm done. Woof. What have I done? So you got to keep yourself consistent because the eye, if somebody starts looking at a piece of your art for long enough, they'll figure it out. They'll see where you messed up. See, that's the interesting thing though about the way that people look at art. They don't really look at art for a long time, or at least I don't. I have to like stop and go back. I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. Then I'm on to the next thing. It's like, no, wait a minute. Stop. You gotta like look at this thing. You gotta like appreciate what's going on. What are you seeing? What is this person taking the trouble to do to like give you this visual pleasure? I don't know. Instagram's a real disappointment. Mark, let me just Mark Z. This message is going out specifically to you, Holly. You got to work on your servers, bro. I think you can. Do it. Oh, stupid. Cody, I hope your knee's doing okay, man. I was just thinking about that. Oh, man. Oh, we're halfway there. Whoa. Man, I still got some time. I got some ways to go. I'm really just psyching myself up here. Oh, I don't know why I did that for. That's interesting. It's a big orange stripe. There's a big orange stripe on my paper, and I'm coloring it in. What could it be if I stay in the line? Could you call it a sin? Well, I don't think so, and I don't know what to call this thing. It's definitely some kind of two, but it could be a ring if you had a weird finger. Ugh, you have to have a weird ass finger for this thing. For sure. For sure. Let me just. Okay. That's orange. Good Lord. Wow. Now I'm going to do blue. I'm going to see what blue does. Ooh. Blue does some fun stuff. Oh, look at that. That's going to be fun. Yeah. Oh, this is like a crazy straw. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a bluish. It's kind of a greenish blue, I mean. Hmm. That's why I wear an apron, so I can just rub it off. See what I mean? I mean, you can see some of this black shining underneath. And maybe, I don't know, maybe to the camera it doesn't look as cool, but when I'm up on this thing, like, I like it. I like the effect that that has. It makes me think like it's really neat looking. It's interesting how certain color harmonies work together. It's almost making me think about corroded copper. You know, copper has this way of getting this kind of teal corrosion on there. And this orange color looks more like clean cotton or copper cotton. So I kind of like that. I like how that's kind of discovering, or that I'm discovering this as I go with it. A, you know, certain people in your life just leave such a long lasting impression. I had a sweet, precious family member that used to go, "Hey," And I still do that because of her. Still do that because of her. My overtime, yeah, I'm at an hour. It's almost 8. I'm having fun. I'm going to get through these stripes and I'm going to end this video. That way you can see what it looks like. Originally, my idea was just to kind of draw a crazy water park slide. You know, one that would like have loop-de-loops and ways to go around. And I always liked the water park slides where you had the inner tube. I thought it was kind of weird. I was always worried about like scraping my butt or like hitting a piece of metal and like getting peeled or something like that. I know that's gruesome, but I mean, I was just thought about that. Like, man, wouldn't it just be great to do like I miss summer type of illustration. I think that's what you would call this. I don't know where this falls into the domain of art. I don't think that this is particularly solving any problems or discussing the condition of life and what it means to be human. It's kind of fun to look at, entertaining. Almost there. How much fun is that? Next I ought to do is add some tone, but that's maybe for a different day. So here it is. Some fun with 2D or 2-point perspective. Thank you for hanging out, sticking around, and enjoying the show. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you, even if you watch just for like a minute or 2 minutes. I know that it's the internet, man, and you got the whole world to look at, but you came and you just wanted to come on by and hang out with me for a little bit of it. So I appreciate it. I love you. I wish you well. Be safe. Corona 2020. Hopefully we're closer to the end of this thing than toward the beginning. But stay positive. Be happy. Smile a little bit. Get some sun. And we'll see you guys next week. All right. Bye. I feel land.